So we are, I think, 9 days, 10 days out from the end of our Zman. And we're going to start something else in the next Zman, in the summer Zman. That we will start in Rosh Chodesh Iyar. If you don't know when that is, look it up. Mike has a calendar on his phone, and he can show you the Gregorian calendar's date. And that's when we're going to start. We are in Perek Vav, chapter 6 of Shar Bitachon. For those of you who are following inside. So Dan, he says that he wants to explain to us some of the common mistakes people make when it comes to bitachon. And he says that when a person has doubts on the gzeros of Hashem, and he has also a suffix, or he doesn't really believe that God is omnipotent. Do you know what the word omnipotent means?
All-powerful?
All-powerful. Omni is all, and potent comes from the Latin word for power. Omnipotent. So you're talking about somebody who lost his seichel, and that his Yetzer Hara took over, and is clouding his judgment. And so the question is, isn't it appropriate to take collateral from someone who wants something from you, and yet you don't really trust this person? And for example, but if you are an employee, for example, let's say I hire you to do gardening work. Okay? Can you mow the lawn? Oh. Can you trim the hedges? Can you prune the fruit trees? Good. So if I hire you, do you take collateral from me so I would pay you? Think about this. Somebody, you want a job, right? You interview for the job and then they hire you. Do you make them pay you up front? Why not?
It's an agreement.
Yeah, but you don't know the guy. You don't know the guy. Mike, you're with us?
Yeah.
What are you doing? So what do you think, Mike? Somebody comes to you as a client and says, okay, I would like a massage therapy. Right? Mm-hmm. Everything according to the book. Do you make him pay up front?
No.
Why not?
Establish trust.
You want to establish trust, so you're giving him a free massage.
Give him a free massage.
It's a free massage until he pays you in the end. If he says no, what are you going to do? Take it back. Call the police. Call the police. And the police are going to say it's a civil matter.
Take him to court.
Take him to court. And you're going to prove that you gave him a massage? Because you videotaped this? It's illegal. Baruch Hashem, thank God. It's illegal. All these chairs have a silent feature. No.
Sorry.
It's okay. Just letting you know.
I'll hit you next time.
Have you noticed the silent feature on the chairs?
It's called lifting it up, yeah.
Okay. If, imagine you are a servant Eved, would you take collateral from your master to make sure that he provides food for you? Of course not. Do you imagine? A slave says to his master says, I want you to go do the dishes. Sir, I'm willing to do that, I'm supposed to, but you need to actually provide me a nice meal before we even start. I'd like to see what I'm eating. I want my portion to be under my full control. How long is that going to last? Huh, Avi?
I wouldn't keep him too long.
You wouldn't keep him too long. What about taking collateral before you marry a girl?
Collateral for what?
Oh, I don't know. You're an adult. Right, you're going to promise that you're going to do all these wonderful things for me. You're going to help me. We were talking about you, Travis.
Sorry, I'm late, Rabbi.
I said I saw you today, but I don't know what happened.
Falafel for lunch.
And?
Poor timing.
I don't want to know. And so he says the following. In the same way that all these examples are ridiculous, we cannot ask the Kadosh Baruch Hu, first reward us, then we'll serve you. First give me my $50 billion. First give me my shidduch. First give me my whatever you want. What do you want? What do you want from a Kadosh Baruch Hu? Just.
What?
You need to have like this. You pray to Hashem every day?
Yes, I do.
And don't you ask him for stuff?
Stability, financial stability.
Oh.
Stability.
Good. So why don't you say, Hashem, I'm happy to put on tefillin every day. I'm happy to serve you. I'm happy to learn your Torah, but pay up front. Cash up front, right? If you get a client from another massage therapist, and the massage therapist tells you, look, he's a client, but he doesn't pay. In the end, he'll stiff you. So when you say to the guy, listen, I'm happy to give you a massage, but you have to pay up front. Would you do that? Yeah. Why don't you do that with the Kadosh Baruch Hu? Does that make any sense? If you want me to keep Shabbat, fine. Hook me up with a shidduch.
He's obligated by his word more than a person is.
He's what?
Unlike a person, he's obligated by his word. He can't go back on his word. A
He-
person can.
God cannot.
If he makes a promise, he can't go back on it.
Okay. But all promises that Hashem makes are dependent on certain factors, no?
Yeah, but we can trust that he will follow through in the future.
Just for the shidduch example,
Just for the shidduch example?
that if you're trying to have a stable Shabbat, a relationship where you're keeping Shabbat, you need to be able to figure out how to keep it on your own first, don't you?
I don't know. I never did that. I was married when I started keeping Shabbat. Made it a lot easier because I was afraid of my wife more than my God. Now she could outrun me. So she's even more dangerous. She has the car keys. Don't want to mess with her.
It's a weapon.
Absolutely. She also does the cooking. She could poison me anytime, and I wouldn't even know it. Be nice.
You didn't ask for collateral.
I did not answer. I didn't have a choice. I'm kidding. I got the better deal on that end. When I married my wife, in my family, everybody was like, how did you get this? How did you do this? Like, how? And my aunt still does it. I'm married 25 years. I just don't get it. How did you? I hypnotized her. So, it's ridiculous to ask the Kadosh Baruch Hu to first reward us and then we will follow through. It makes no sense. And so he says that if you learn from the service that a slave does to his master, right? Chazal tell us, don't be like slaves that only serve the master to get a reward, but rather serve him even if he doesn't give you anything. That is the whole point of serving Hashem, if you truly love Hashem, is you're serving him not because he promised to give you all the wonderful things in the Olam Haba or give you blessing in this world. You're doing it because you love Hashem. It's the right thing to do. That's what Hashem wants. And if that's what Hashem wants, it doesn't matter what the reward, what the outcome is. Yes, but
No, I was thinking, what if that's what you want to do, but you can't not think of the outcome, or you can't not think, you have trouble not thinking about the reward.
That's the whole point of the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos. To tell you, don't be like that. Work on that. Work on it. Yes, Lenny.
What about a segula?
What about segulas?
My roommate did the one where you go to the kotel. Not my old roommate did one where you go to the kotel 40 days in a row, and he was like davening for something specific. Was that doesn't seem like it's...
I don't know what you're talking about. There's a segula to go to the kotel for 40 days straight?
Yeah.
And then what happens?
I don't know. I guess it's supposed to have some special...
Did it work?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. He's in America. But...
I guess it didn't work.
Is there anything wrong with doing things like that? Because that's quid quo pro.
Quid quo pro.
Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo.
Quid pro quo. Tongue twisty.
Scratch my back, I scratch yours.
So it means that if I will do A if you guarantee B, or I will do A if you give me B. Zgulot are a separate category. Separate category. What are their purpose? So I think that in some ways, wow. What is going on? Sit over there. By that chair. Yeah, sit there. There's no room here. We waited for you till 3:15 and you didn't show up, so we said, we'll just start the shir with a few jokes, here and there. Zgulot is a different category. Seems to be like a different channel within from the spiritual realm to the physical realm. So we're not talking through that channel. I usually look at it as people are trying to find shortcuts for specific problems they're dealing with. So if there are, and that's what they feel, and that's what they... Now, even if, let's say, we would deal with this concept of mashkon, of taking collateral, okay? Usually when a person takes a collateral, we're talking about a loan, right? That Reuven wants to borrow money from Shimon, and Shimon doesn't trust that Reuven will pay him. So he says, okay, give me your watch, and I'll hold to your watch until you pay me. And if you don't pay me by, let's say, 30 days, then I will take your watch. So that, when you think about a mashkon, that has limited value. It is, but we're talking about the relationship between the human being and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's unlimited. Because what do you want from the Kadosh Baruch Hu? So our friend Noam says, I would like financial stability.
And mental stability.
And mental stability. Don't you control your mental stability?
Yeah.
You think God goes in there and goes, yeah.
No, but Hashem controls the outcomes that can affect my mental stability.
He's in charge of what's happening. But
Exactly.
you're in charge of not
How I
letting it.
react.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's forcing you to flip out.
That's true.
You could just serenity now. That's probably the greatest challenge for us, is to control our reactions to situations. Like, I have to control my reaction to people who are late. I have to be nice and smile and welcome. Thank you for coming. I have to start the shiur late, because when I come down here at 3 o'clock, there's like 4 people. I have to be nice. Smile, right? People show up with shorts, as if it's like a beach. And I have to be nice, hi, cute knees. Uh-oh. Signs from Hashem! Did it break? Chavos. By the way, I have a question that I don't know. I don't know what this app is, Shimmy. What is Insta Snap? No, Chat Snap?
Snapchat.
What is a Snap? What is it? Snapchat. Wait, are you... Do I really... Oh, usually I come in here, I ask questions that I don't want to know.
Rabbi, it can be used for different things.
Everything can be used for everything.
A picture that disappears.
A picture that disappears. So if I take a picture of Cab,
And then you send it to me.
I send it to people.
Yeah.
And if I don't send it to anybody,
You can just save it. You could just save it and it'll be in your save folder.
so what do I need the app for? Isn't that like your camera app anyway?
So it's social media. It's a kind of social media.
Yeah, there's filters, and you can, once you send a photo and create a chat with somebody, you can still send messages and time.
And then they're like streaks. So like every day you like send pictures to them, and then like it counts up. So it's like, oh my gosh, I'm on like 50 days. Like that type of
It
vibe.
tricks you into using it more often.
It was made for nudes, that's why.
It's made for what? Did I hear the word correctly? For news? For news. News. This is a family show. So, okay. It's made for news.
Although actually a lot of people do get their news from Snapchat, and it's really bad because it's all garbage. It's all just like clickbait and look what Andrew Tate said about Joe Rogan. It's all garbage. It is literally all cosmopolitan garbage.
Which obviously you have on your phone.
Not that I use it, but it is there.
That's-
There's nobody to talk to. I can't.
So then why don't you just delete it?
It's a de facto deleted.
No.
I just don't use it.
Well, why don't you just delete it then?
I could delete it.
But you won't.
I will do it.
Because you never... No, it's okay.
But I haven't deleted
If you want to send mikveh pics, whatever.
You don't want to see that.
I just removed it.
All right, then wait. Somebody mentioned something else. There's that, the chat snap, and
Instagram.
Instagram. What is that?
Instagram is like sharing photos and videos from your life to all your friends on social media.
That's true.
It's also
What's the difference between that and Facebook?
It's Facebook. It's basically the same.
Facebook is just
They're owned by
lowercase.
the same people.
It's
Facebook is just for old people, yeah.
It's like a mix of Facebook and YouTube.
Instagram-
got
Instagram's
outdated.
meant for somebody who's in Toledo, Ohio, to post a picture of themselves in Rome 3 weeks after they get back to give the illusion that they're ongoing and traveling. It's what a lot of people do.
Became outdated, so we went to Instagram. So we bought it.
Is there? Now I want to ask the serious part. Okay, there are a few people here that are serious enough to give me a serious answer. is there any real need for either of those two programs?
No.
No? Yes?
No. What? Let's hear it.
It's all some form of dating, Rabbi.
It's what?
It's all some form of dating. It's just to like
Dating.
get your face out there somehow, some way.
It's a marketing tool for businesses that want to scale up.
But isn't that
Also, it's just
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn's more for like employees.
It's mind-controlling propaganda, honestly.
LinkedIn is professional.
Okay. What?
It's a trap.
So you say it really doesn't have a...
Option on his phone. Sorry. I'm kidding. It's a trap. It's a trap to waste your time. And how it gets you is by inflating your ego. You post it, and then you think, oh wow, people really want to see what I'm doing. You think,
Well, if anybody wants to see what I'm doing, they can just come to our Somayach. This is what I'm doing. Okay, so what did you want to say?
I was going to say that I think there's some useful aspects to it.
I'm waiting to hear.
In the past couple of years, I've used Instagram
Shh.
to follow families that are either religious from birth or religious and it shows a different aspect of their lives, and it's more informative than it is a waste of time.
I would say, from what I'm hearing, I don't think that religious families use this. At least that's my sense, that they don't really use these types of apps. But you seem to say yes. Okay, top. Yes.
And there's another feature called Reels, which is
Oh my God.
1 minute long videos that's basically just meant for entertainment. It's like infinite dopamine rush.
It's like YouTube shorts.
It's brain rot.
Tov. Last word, Andrew. Shh.
A lot of people use it for texting each other, just as an alternative to WhatsApp.
That's actually true. That's the only good aspect.
And if it weren't for that, I would probably be able to get rid of it. And I really wish I could.
Oh hell, what's that?
You open it to try to text someone, and then you just bombarded with all sorts of nonsense that just waste.
News pictures.
Yeah.
Or even worse, people getting their news from it, which is where a large majority of our population actually.
Travis, we're talking about news.
I know, but I'm saying news, but I'm actually talking about the news.
No, we're not talking about news.
I'm talking about the news, but I was talking about
Okay.
A limit set.
Tov. What?
I have a limit set per day of like just a few minutes, so it keeps me from using it. But then it's annoying because I'm trying to text someone.
Somebody asked me about these, and I just get rid of them. It's like I don't understand why. You want to text somebody, so just send them a text or a WhatsApp. You want to send a photo through WhatsApp? Vakasha. I don't know why. But I have these two guys in Mechina that send me photos of them with tefillin every day. I don't get it. So is that like snap? What? Are you snapping me? Whatever you're doing?
That's the perfect.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Well, it's inspiring.
We're an inspiring generation.
Okay, David, don't look so sad. But this is what happens when you're late. And the chairs are all piled here. You're going to come over here and make more noise. And it's a problem. You don't use these apps, do you?
Well, I do, but for different purposes.
For actual news. He's a reporter.
That's different.
That's what he thinks. That's what he tells people.
He's just getting the news from the.
What is going on? Shh. Wait. This whole discussion needs to be started from the beginning now. So I want to hear his take. I know people at home don't care about this, but maybe it's time for me to learn about this. So the discussion in the shir was, I asked, what is two apps? One is called Snapchat. And the other one,
Gram.
Instagram. So they explained to me one is used for sending news. Okay? And the other one is for, I don't know.
Your fake life to be posted on.
Okay. So, and I said, does it have any beneficial use that we would say to Yeshiva Bacher that he probably should keep it on his phone? And I'm asking you, what do you think?
Okay, Snapchat is, in my opinion, one of the worst inventions ever because its functionality encourages sending news.
I just don't get it. You know, I don't sit there going,
No,
I wonder. What? How does that ever happen?
It allows you to see, you can only keep it for 24 hours. It goes away after that. So once they open it, it's gone forever. So it's like, okay, it's safe.
But can't you like print screen or save
Yeah,
screen?
but it tells them that you did it. So it says this person screenshotted your
So
image.
now what? But so then they call, hey man!
Yeah, but then there's legal repercussions. They have proof that you took a screenshot without their consent. There's a whole balagan. I don't like Snapchat. I think it's terrible. Instagram has a lot of very bad stuff on it. But you also have pages like Meaningful Minute, where they have big rabbanim that come on and share, nice tidbit. You can curate Instagram to not have any of the stuff you shouldn't be looking at, and you can have it so that it's literally just Torah and like Torah thoughts and like whatever. I have a lot of that on my page.
I have a lot of that, but I also have a lot of the other.
I really tried to make sure that I don't have any of that other stuff. I follow all of them. I mute. I don't. You can make it. So
They're saying no.
There's a search bar that
I would look at your Instagram.
Don't go to the search
Go to
bar.
your reels.
It's there.
Under what I
It's
say.
there. Don't use it.
So you want to search the
Okay. All right, gentlemen. I think I've heard enough. I think that
What's your opinion, Rabbi?
from this, I think that live your life without trying to. Without trying to tell people what you're doing. There is a principle in the Torah. Gentlemen, just let's get a little bit serious. It is Musar. There's a principle in the Torah that says, Hatznei lechet im Hashem Elokecha. You should be modest in the way that you serve Hashem. So that even if you just say that I'm using this only for Kedusha, and let's say there's a chance that you could filter out all of the nourishkeit, all the bad stuff, and only have Kedusha. If you're doing it to build your ego, even if it is to inspire others, but it also has an effect on you, it's probably better to Hatznei lechet im Hashem Elokecha and not use this as a tool. It sounds like every tool that human beings create are good for some things and are terrible for others. Hammers are very good with nails, but hammers are terrible with screws, for example. And if you look at the world as with a hammer, then everything looks like a nail. And you try to use the hammer approach to things that are not really shaykh. So every tool has limitations. Every tool has benefits and drawbacks. And if you can take the good without the bad, then I guess, maybe it's permissible. But if you cannot, or it's too difficult to keep that separate, then mistama, it's probably better to get rid of it so that you're not really influenced by this. Okay, so that helps me just understand a little bit more about why people use these as opposed to just the standard. I mean, there's a benefit I get to texting, because it saves a lot of time. By the time you call the person, they pick up or they don't pick up. You want to send a photo sometimes? Okay, send a photo. But if that's the whole purpose of, I don't know. It might be that I'm a little too old for this. I don't know. Sometimes I have to give people the benefit of the doubt. We have a mitzvah in the Torah to judge people favorably. So if somebody who has a good neshama, is a good guy, and he is trying to grow, says that there is some benefit to whatever it is, then maybe we should judge the kafschut and say, okay, sometimes the Yetzer Hara says to you, hey, guess what? This is good, you could use this. Okay, so every once in a while you get some news. But, you quickly change the, swipe or whatever. I don't know, whatever you do. Change the channel. Okay, change the channel. So then it's okay. Every once in a while something pops up. Chas v'shalom. I don't know, Moshe. I don't know how you do it. You don't know how you do it either, so why do you do it?
Sometimes I'll just do things.
Yitzchak, that's a big moral lesson. That sometimes people do some things that they don't know why they're doing it. But they just do it. That's not smart, is it? Mike, on that you can get the right answer.
You made Nike like $50 bazillion by just saying just do it.
Seder. We would also say, just do it. But the question is, just do what?
It doesn't matter to them.
Okay, there is an approach in management. We try not to hug people in class. We try. No. There is an approach in sort of management of just doing it. Just do something. You ever watch, like in the movies, they have an emergency situation and somebody says, somebody just do something. I don't quite understand that. Like, what do you want us to do? Like, we don't know what to do. Well, just do something. And then they always get hot water. And they run and get hot water. Hot water, how is that going to help anything? But whatever. The Ramchal says there are 3 aspects of your personality that must be controlled. Your actions, your speech, and your thoughts. And that I'm including emotions. And he says that before acting, a person should calculate, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? How does this bring me closer to my ultimate goal? And the person has to have a goal that is guiding his life. Don't just live. Hashem gave you a day in your life. Well, what are you going to do with this day? Well, I don't know. I'm going to do laundry today. Okay. I'm going to shower and curl my hair. Okay. For what purpose? What's the ultimate mission in your life? How does that fit? So if somebody says, I want to have a relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, I want to be close to Hashem, so therefore I'm showering. Well, the Gemara says the person should have kavanah for whatever they do, to do it lichvod shamayim. So when the Gemara in Shabbos gives an example of people washing their hands after the meal with some water that had psomim, some spices that give it nice smell. And one of the Amoraim did not want to participate, and the other ones did. And they have a discussion. And one of them says, we don't do that because that's for women. That's what women do. Women, put on perfume and they try to look cute. Yeah, you naturally. Have you seen your knees? You skipped leg day, didn't you?
Too far,
I don't know, I've been hearing things, So, and the other Amoraim do it, and they say because we're doing it l'kavod shamayim, because we're doing it for the sake of shamayim, as honoring God. We should look good, smell good, be good, all of those type of things. So you have to just do it, right? Just do it. It's the same motto as YOLO. What does YOLO stand for?
You only live once.
You only live once. Let's say they're right, that you only live once. Which means you only have one chance to get this right. Because whatever you do in your little 120 years, it's going to affect the entirety of your existence. YOLO? I'm not eating a little yogurt or ice cream or whatever it is. I'm going to, since I only have one shot to get it right, I will do everything in my power to get it right. So that in my eternity, I will have a good existence. And Rav Dessler gives an example if you want to understand what eternity is. So imagine this big room filled to the ceiling completely with grains of sand. Okay? How many grains of sand do you think would fit in here? A lot. And imagine every year an ant would come and take one grain out. How long do you think that would take?
Eternity.
So that's even shorter than eternity. Shorter than eternity. Just imagine this entire base medrash filled, or the main base, filled all the way to the top, full of sand. And every year an ant would come and take one grain. And you think that's going to eternity? No, eternity is even longer than that. However long that would be. Right? Let's say 1,000,000 years, 1,000,000,000 years. Eternity is even longer than that. So you want to play YOLO? So, same thing with do it. Yes, there's a benefit of action. In Ramchal Midat HaZrizut talks about doing it. But doing what? Doing the right actions. The mitzvot. To get up and do mitzvot. Get up in the morning. Do it. Yes, but doing what? They just said, just do it. Whatever it is, just do it. Well, we don't say just do it. Okay. Back to reality. Did you want to say something, Dan?
No.
Yeah, are you sure?
No, I'm not saying it. Just listening.
You're just listening.
Yes.
Okay. Can I have 10 more minutes?
Yeah.
You never know. You might... Give me the hook. Mike, can I get a smile out of you? That's it? That's the only smile I'm getting? Now it's a little bit more real. You're just smiling with your eyes. Do you want a hug? Because I can get somebody to hug you. I don't really do hugs, you know. I had to hug somebody today. I had no choice.
Okay?
I survived.
Is it your wife?
My wife? If I came and hugged my wife, she would probably be like, what's wrong? What'd you do? What'd you buy? I bought another book. But I used the gift card. So Aaron, even if we could take mashkun from Hashem, mashkun is always limited. Our requests from Hashem are not limited. So even if you ask for financial stability, the financial stability that you're asking for today will be different in 10 years. Because Be'ezer Hashem, in 10 years, you'll be married with a few kinderlach. That's children in Yiddish. Right? Cute little Noams running around.
Oh boy.
And then Noamit, a daughter, 2 boys and a girl. That's going to cost. So it's going to change. And so he says, even when somebody doesn't, if the person doesn't really have bitachon, even if Hashem gives him lump sum, he's still not going to be satisfied. He's going to be worried that it's not going to be enough. How much money do you need today, Yitzchak, per month? Right now, if you say, Hashem opens the door and says, all right, whatever you tell me, give me an honest figure, I'll hook you up. How much would you need in order to be good?
Well, if I can ask for whatever I want, I take all of it.
Well, you can't get all of it. That's what he's telling you.
How much, based off what I need?
Yes, how much do you need right now?
I don't know, a few thousand checks.
Few thousands. 5,000 shekels a month, you're good?
I'm more than good. I'm sailing.
Yeah, you're sailing. Okay. And what if he requires you to work for that? Oh. See, for him, work is not a 4-letter word. You're too serious today, Mike, to sit up front. I'm getting. This is the look I got from Mike. So, where can you work to get $5,000? Oh, good. So it's just a matter of you deciding what you want. So that money is already ready for you. He said.
Is he on 5,000 shekels a month?
He says he doesn't need any more.
He's an independent male.
That's 25,000.
What?
That's 25,000.
And is that a lot or not?
Rent and food and gas. Is it?
Guess for what?
Gas.
Guess for what?
You could buy tags.
Car.
What car?
No car. Okay, no car. Health insurance.
Health insurance is what? What's your health insurance now? 200 checks? 150. It's not Travis. He's living in Eretz Yisrael. He's not living in America.
It's expensive here too, I think.
Insurance? No.
Yeah.
Insurance.
If you're older, it's extremely expensive.
Here?
It's like 800 shekel a month if you're over 25.
No. It's only for you because you're not an Israeli citizen.
Oh yeah, I know. And older.
Well, all you have to do, Shai, is very easy. Just get married. And she'll pay for it.
I gotta talk to you.
You don't have to talk to me. Why? Let him get married. What does that need from me? I'm married. I'm not taking on any. My daughter's married too, so I'm done. Okay, gentlemen. So let's stop here before things get out of control, and we'll continue tomorrow.